DWN Productions, masks, bus, props, custom work. If you need something custom made, like a mask, bus, or a prop, hit me up.
Fast custom shirts. If you like shirts, there's a lot of shirts on this website. Hey, and if you want custom work, they do custom work too. Well, Tom, I was sent a screener to watch, a sequel to a movie, and I usually don't watch sequels unless I've seen the first film, so I don't get lost. And well, fuck it, I'll take a chance on this. This was Blood, Guts, and Sunshine 2. This is a documentary about films made in the Sunshine State. That is California. Wait, no,
What?
it is Florida, the Orange State, I think. I don't know what state Florida is, but they've made some movies there, and this documentary talks about them. And it talks about movies. And it talks about Day of the Dead. It talks about a bunch of other movies that I can't remember because I've watched
Funhouse, Shockwaves,
Shockwaves.
some Fred Olin Ray shit nobody's ever seen, Edward Scissorhands, Jaws 3.
Yeah.
Funhouse, did I say that one already?
Yeah, all those. And
Frogs.
And it's like what you'd expect. It has people talking about the movie, and then it shows clips of the movies, and then it's people talking about the movie, and then they go on to the next movie, repeat. It's just a formulaic thing, and I dug it. The thing is, I don't watch a whole lot of special features in movies because, hey, I just watched the fucking movie. I don't want to watch a bunch of clips of the movie, and that's what a lot of those are, and a lot of those are like academics talking about the movie, trying to make the movie more fucking smart than a movie actually is. Instead of, hey, this is just a fucking fun, goofy movie. Don't like fucking relate it to Napoleon's raid on fucking Russia and how he got frozen out and everything. No, it's not.
You watch a lot of Universal Monster special features and that turn you off?
Well, I just used to watch a lot of these special features, and they were all just the same bullshit over and over.
I think you need to get back into it because my buddy David Gregory, he does some good work on these special features, Joe, that he directs. It's pretty good. Maybe you should check them out sometimes.
All right, well, we'll get to that next week, Tom, because I have not finished, but I am close to finishing this book here. But anyway, yeah, to me, this one, it was just like regular dudes, probably Florida dudes that have podcasts or whatever. And
people you've never heard of, and
right.
Fred Olin Ray.
And usually I don't give a fuck about that, but like all the shit they were saying was okay to me, and all the editing on it was like really fucking good, and the clips they decided to show were fucking good, and they showed clips with nudity, which is great. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would recommend people buying this, but I would say watch it for sure. It's cool, especially if you live in Florida. I think you would dig it because you would probably recognize like a lot of the places they're showing and stuff. They were doing this sort of thing with the punk rock scene. It's like, hey, here was a documentary on the punk rock scene in like Washington. Here's a documentary on the punk scene in Dallas. Here's a documentary of the punk scene wherever. So will they have more of these? Yeah, I'm sure they will. For every state or big city or whatever. But
I don't know if it would be made by these people.
No, because I'm just saying these will get made.
Maybe
by other people here or there.
So if it wasn't apparent, I also watched this movie. This is what I watched when I stopped in Kentucky. And I watch a lot of movies about making movies and documentaries about movies and that kind of shit. So I was just like, oh, excuse me. I was just like, all right, let's do this. And I don't know why it rubbed me the wrong way, but the dude who directed the movie and I guess the dude who produced the movie,
Hmm.
like they talk the most in it. So that was kind of like, all right, is this a vanity project? What's going on here? And then not talking shit, but they interviewed like a bunch of people you don't know, plus Fred Olin Ray. Like guy I'm friends with on Facebook was on there. So that was like, oh, that's cool. I know that guy. And it's just another one of these talking head documentaries where they give their opinions on the movies and show some clips. Only this one, it's lower quality, even though, these kind of things aren't the most expensive things. It's just I guess you could say it's a backyard movie version of one of these talking head documentaries. Really, the only movie they talked about that I liked was Day of the Dead, and all these movies that they talk about, except for a couple that you've never fucking heard of before and probably don't give a shit about. You've heard people talk about these movies before. Now it's just people saying, oh, yeah, they shot this in Florida. I liked it. Can you believe they got away with that shit? Hmm. Okay. And I'll be honest with you, Joe. I got about 50 minutes in and started scrubbing that thing to see if they were going to talk about any more movies that I gave a fuck about. And they did not. So I didn't review it on Letterboxd because I didn't finish it. But yeah, for someone like me who watches a lot of this shit and not being able to finish it, that says a lot. However, to be fair, I really don't give a fuck about, ooh, this movie was made in Florida.
That's
Maybe if they made one in Texas of the same quality with like Texas movies, maybe I would like it, but I think it would still fall in the same things like, yep, I've seen these kind of documentaries talk about this stuff already, and okay. So, I mean, God bless them for getting it made and getting it out there. But for me, if you're not just wanting to hear Floridians talk about movies made in Florida, I don't know.
oh no, no, I think you're right. For people like you, or for people that do watch all the extra features when they buy a DVD or whatever, which I think maybe that's like 25% of the people that buy DVDs that watch shit like that. It's a very niche thing. All these what do we call them now? Boutique labels, that buy uh DVDs, or not even DVDs, because I'm fucking dating myself by saying that, right?
4K UHD discs.
Right. Most of the population that fucking, buys movies, and I don't even know how many people do anymore, don't give a shit about that. They care about the movie. So I think if this is presented to them as a movie, this is going to be new to them. And
However, those people who don't watch the special features, I think they're going to be turned off by how cheap it is. Because I mean, it looks and sounds cheap.
I don't know. I thought the sound was good. I thought the editing was good. And it's like I said, it's not an academic standing in front of his library or his awards or whatever, or an academic, and standing in front of a green screen that has some other shit, behind them relating to a movie. I mean, when I see that in those special features, that turns me off. I think that's fucking stupid, and I don't want to fucking watch or listen to it, and I'd turn it off, man, even if it's something I might be interested in, you know?
I'm not calling you out or anything like that, but do you have an example?
The Coffin Joe,
Okay, yeah, I haven't seen that, so I don't.
I really
Well,
like.
I can assume that a bunch of fucking assholes talking about that shit because nobody knows those fucking movies.
Right, but and that's what I thought. Well, there isn't a whole lot of discourse about these movies that's been done in the past. So I'll watch these special features and give them a shot and see what's going on. But no, even movies that I like, it's just a bunch of pricks talking about it. So no, I didn't want to fucking watch any of that stuff, but maybe if they did like a no, I probably wouldn't. It just turned me off so bad. I don't give a fuck. But
About Coffin Joe.
I thought this was very street level. To where the average person that probably doesn't even know about movies like Frogs or The Fun House
But
is
what the fuck are they gonna want to watch this for then?
living in Florida, they might want to watch it. And yes, to answer your question, yeah, I do know somebody working on one about Texas movies. Will it be good? I hope so. I like the dude a whole lot.
We'll see there, Joe.
Mhm.
We'll see.